I bought this piece of land here in Manhattan, which is very near to my family home in Sheffield, Louisiana. And like anybody in the world, I applied to get a building permit to build a home for me and my family. From 1990 until 1994, I applied 3 times to get the building permit, but all the time it has been refused by the Israeli authorities. First time, they told me your land is outside the zoning and planning of the village. You know, zoning and planning of the village. Did you see any zoning or planning to our village when you enter it today? There is no zoning, no planning for our villages. It's just a reason thrown to us not to give us the building permit. And the goal for that, to push us as Palestinians inside our villages, inside our cities, not to expand in the land. So the land will be empty for the occupation purposes. Like building, a military site, as you can see on the top of the mountain in the front of us here, or opening a bypass road in the valley, or build a settlement, or expanding a settlement. So the goal of the occupation, not to let us expand in the land. So throwing to us any reason not to give us the building permit. So we are inside. And they told me, your land is an agricultural area. Apply as it is an agricultural area. Well, I made a new maps, a new survey for the land, and I apply for the second time. I wait another 1.5 years. Then they told me we can't give you the building permit because this is new because your land has a big slope or a steep land. Well, they forget that Jerusalem is located on mountains. And every mountain should have a slope. All the Israeli settlements has been built on the top of the mountains. There is no slopes there. The bulldozer which they are using to demolish our houses, I can't use it or rent it for a couple of hours to make my land flat. As you can see, it's only a reason thrown to us not to give us the building permit. From my view as a Palestinian, it's a push to us as Palestinians to build without the building permit. Then when you start building your home, they came to you as heroes, telling you, where is your building permit? They know that you don't have any building permit. Then they court you, they give you demolition order for the things you did. And then, maybe they will come to you after 1 week, maybe they come to you after 1 month, maybe to come to you after 1 year or 10 years, or maybe they will not come. So, as soon as you get this demolition order, you start living in a fear that maybe they will come to you today or tomorrow or after tomorrow or after 1 week, etc. I went to the civil administration office when they said to me that we can't give you, and I said to the director, look here, I know that I will not get any building permit from you. I know the Kafka-esque system you are using here. I will build a home and the God will help me after that. He said to me, apply for the 10th time and for sure you will get the building permit. And every time you apply, it costs you more than 5,000 American dollars. I apply for the 3rd time.
5,000?
Yes.
Yes.
I apply for the 3rd time. I wait another 1.5 years. Then they told me we can't give you the building permit because this is the term because now you missed two signatures of the ownership of the land. Well, when I bought the land, I stamped it from the Interior Ministry, Israeli Interior Ministry, that it's legal. I stamped it from the Civil Administration Office itself, that it's legal. As you can see, to apply to get a building permit, throwing to you any reason not to give you the building permit. So it's a push to you to build without the building permit, and then they came to you, and all your savings, all your life savings, they destroy it. It's not it's destroyed for a family after that. They destroy the family. And I think as a Palestinian, as my experience from this, it's a wire transfer policy. When they come and demolish your home, they are telling you, get out of here. Because when they demolish your home, they are making your life terrible, miserable. So, in a hidden way, in a, it's a hidden message, get out of here, you don't want to hear this country. When Oslo, between Palestinians and Israelis signed and peace is coming and all these things, I said, okay, maybe I'll start building my home and live with my family. I start building my home in this piece of land here where we are now. I lived inside with my 6 kids and my wife from 1994 until 9th of July 1998. I lived more than 4.5 years inside the home. Then, in that day, 9th of July 1998, while I'm sitting with my family in the afternoon, eating our lunch, I heard a big voice outside the home. I get out to see. I saw my home surrounded by soldiers and all the nearby areas surrounded by soldiers. And the leader of the soldiers here on this gate asked me if this is my home. I said to him, yes, it's my home. He said to me, it's not your home now. You have 15 minutes to take your belongings and family out because we want to destroy this house. So what are you saying? I push him outside the door. He's surrounded by soldiers. They start kicking me on my back, on my head with their weapons, and they arrest me, and they put me on the corner outside. My wife, Arabiya, she closed the door. Then they start breaking the windows around, throwing a tear gas inside to force my 6 kids and my wife get out of the home. That day, my wife Arabiya lost her consciousness, and they took her to hospital. And my kids screaming and crying, and I'm freezing to the ground, arrested, can't do anything. A lot of our neighbors, they came to help, but it didn't help. 7 people that day from our neighbors get injured. One of them, he is 16 years old. He lost his kidney and part of his stomach. That day, Israeli Committee Against House Demolition, they brought 2 Israeli buses from the peace movement people. They brought them here and they tried to help us not to let the house demolished, but they kick them as they kick us because they don't like to see any cooperation between a Palestinian and an Israeli. They start taking the furniture because I'm a bad guy and they didn't start taking my furniture outside my home. They have a subcontractor company. They start taking the furniture and throw it to the street. Then the bulldozer start demolishing the home upon my eyes, upon my kids' eyes, upon the CNN, the NBC, the BBC, all the media of the world focus on this. They start demolishing the home, cutting 52 trees I planted around the home. I made it an agricultural area around the home by bringing or buying 15 trucks of soil, make it an agricultural area. If it is an agricultural area, so why are you breaking the trees? 52 trees, they cut it. At the corner of the land there, I have a corrugated home, small corrugated sheets home. There was ducks, dogs, chickens inside that small home. They went with the bulldozer and they destroyed it. So you look around, you see dogs dead, ducks, rabbits, concrete, home, everything, demolished. They destroy us then. They destroy everything around us. Then they went away. The Red Cross came to us and they gave us a tent. Then we live in a tent behind the rooms of our home. Israeli Committee Against House Demolition, ICAP, they came to us, and all of us suggested that we had to rebuild the home again as a resistance to occupation. And really we started. We started cleaning the rooms with the help of hundreds of volunteers, Israelis, internationals, and Palestinians, and we started rebuilding the home for the second time. We finished it on 2nd of August, 1998, after about 20 days from the first demolition. You can see it here in the top of this picture. We finished it on 2nd of August 1998, and all of us, Israelis, internationals, Palestinians, start dancing on that day that we get the home again, but it didn't take a long time. 3rd of August 1998, at 4 o'clock in the morning, we open our eyes in the tent to see machine guns pointing to our faces not to move. The area surrounded again by soldiers, and the bulldozer came up and started demolishing the home for the second time, over the scaffolding, over the sheeting. It's a fresh concrete, only 1 night old. What left from trees, they cut it. The tent, which given to us by the Red Cross, they took it. They left us with nothing under the sun. And as a Palestinian, if you want to live in a tent, in your native land, you have to get a permit from the Israeli authorities. And now what to do? I'm trying to have a home like you, like anybody in the world, but I can't do it. And the reason is the building permit. When you saw on the CNN in England or in Washington or in Paris, when you see on the TV that they demolished Salim Sharamweh home because he didn't get a building permit, then you will say to yourself, hey, why he didn't get a building permit? He can't build without getting a building permit. Then also you will see that and you will be against me because I'm the bad and they are the good. They give the image to the world that we are the bad people and they are the good people. They are having the law in their hands, coming to us, to a people who are not getting a building permit. When you see this picture, you are against it. As a Palestinian, I want to say to you that anybody in England start building his home without getting a building permit, he has to be punished, and everything he did in England has to be demolished, because all the rules there in England or in London, you see, all the rules constructed to serve him and serve his community. If he want to be outside his community and start building where he wants, it can't be accepted, and he has to be punished. But here in Palestine and Israel, in Palestine we are living under the occupation, and the occupation constructed all the rules to serve the occupation itself, not to serve us as Palestinians living under this occupation. They construct a Kafkaesque system, you know, to let you enter from this gate but not getting out, evaporate in that gate. But showing the world that, hey, we have the civil administration office, we have the municipality of Jerusalem, and we have a department of building permits. These people don't want to get building permits. You see, you will never catch it until you come here to the ground and see what's happening here. You know, I'm sorry to say that all the media of Europe, maybe, I don't know, maybe part or maybe the big part of the media over USA and Europe, it's controlled by these people or by their friends there. They give you the news they want, but not what's happening here or there. You see, and you will not catch it until you meet one like Linda who can bring you here and tell you this is the reality. This is what's happening on the ground.